What's up, my YouTube fam? What's going on? Guess what? Tonight's video, we're going to be reacting to disturbing forest encounters. I don't know why I said it like that, but I just wanted to give it some type of suspense. But yeah, we're going to be reacting to that. Not that I know anything about that life. Me and forest, it's just not a mix. I know nothing about that. So anyway, yeah, we're going to be taking a look into that and doing what we do best, which is react. And yeah, before we hop into the video though, I just want to say thank you guys to get me to 600 followers. I appreciate it. You guys are killing it. I just started this channel like a month ago and we got to 600 followers so fast. And I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And we're on the road to 1K. So guys, do your best. Click that button, click that subscribe, and get me to 1K. I think we can do it. You guys are killing it. You are amazing. So with no further ado, let's just hop into the video and let's just do what we do, baby. React. All right, let's go.
Daniel O'Neill is a YouTuber from the UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK for almost 10 years. Most of the channel's videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage of his adventures in the great outdoors. For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping trip in the woodlands close to his home, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries, and pointing out the sights on the way to the campsite. At several points along the way, he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail, indicating other people had been there in the last few days.
Someone's been here.
No, I feel like that is a sign of, like, not a good sign. I could be wrong though. Like, this is a sign that someone's been here. I wouldn't want to camp out right there. I don't know. I just get weird vibes. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, look at the state of this. Does get used, doesn't it?
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down in a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into the video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
I'm going to be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired. And it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is really good.
Do y'all hear that? Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. No.
Is that a badger?
Hello. Get your ass up.
Even though some pretty human-like footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel, as soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped.
Right.
For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles, but things only continue to get even more creepy as the sun begins to set.
Oh my god, y'all, there they go again. Why is he still there? Is my question. I would have been got up.
There's that noise
again now. Why are you still there?
Hello?
Yo, that is actual footsteps.
Hello? You got a bit of that.
No, that is crazy.
There's nobody here.
But you don't see
About
nobody.
40 minutes into the video, the footstep noises can be heard again, and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel.
Absolutely right.
By this point, most people would have hightailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time. Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things.
He gonna get up, right?
It's honestly pretty impressive.
And leave.
But as darkness sets in,
okay, there we go.
Start up again.
Oh my god, are you... Hold up. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? He's sleeping there? He's camping out there? I thought he was packing up his shit and about to hit the road.
I can't stay
so what? No. Alright. He's sleeping there? What the fuck?
I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this loads of times. I think
can't nobody call you a wimp. You sat there.
But I'm leaving.
Most people would have dipped. when they heard them footsteps the first time. And look how much light is
Understandably,
lost.
after this third incident, Daniel
you're not no
decides to head
wimp.
somewhere
I'll
else
give
for
you
the night
that.
to play it safe. It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods. This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in such a vulnerable position, all by yourself in unknown territory. It was either that or an animal walking through the grass, but because Daniel mentioned the grass was a little wet and would have made that cry sound if an animal stepped on it, this is pretty unlikely. Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady. They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way, it's a good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could have happened to Daniel that night.
That's true. I didn't think about that. That's true.
The Rampant Range is part of a front range of the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, made up of almost entirely public land within the Pike National Forest. In the summer, you'll find lots of bikers enjoying the Rampant Range's elaborate trail system.
Sorry, y'all, I'm twisting so much. I like this little chair. For the most part, this part of Colorado is a paradise for anyone who enjoys spending time in nature. But over the past few years, there's been a pretty alarming trend on the rise, with random people setting up wires on trees at just about head height in an effort to seriously injure bikers on the trail. In 2019, a post describing this terrifying trend was uploaded to Facebook. And disturbingly, the uploader mentioned that one of his high school friends had lost his life as a result of running into a similar wire on a trail. Immediately, people jumped into the comments to point out how incredibly messed up it would be to do something like this, and how this kind of evil needs to be categorized as attempted murder if the suspects are ever caught. A couple of years before that post... That is messed up. I agree. What do you guys think? Like, do you think they should get attempted murder or murder if they do something like that? Do you think they should be held accountable for putting wires up like that? Because that is hella dangerous.
In 2017, two motorbike riders
seriously, I think they should.
Of their encounter with a similar wire, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close call.
Sorry.
When these wires are set up off-trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out of malice or if a random camper or farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar. But in cases like these where the wires are specifically placed on the trail, there's really only one reason people would do that, and that's to bring serious harm to bikers for some reason.
I was about to say, what would be the reason?
Loud sound at the bikes near their property or something else. But hopefully more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially because it's not common to hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind of stuff. This audio was uploaded to YouTube by a user named ForestFire21. He recorded it around 2 AM in December 2014. The uploader lives in a forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the woods behind his house.
Oh, I hear it. I hear it now. Oh, that is disturbing, alright. That's creepy.
It's hard to make out what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" In addition to the young female voice making most of the noise, this quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in the audio only makes the whole incident that much more disturbing. Near the end of the video, the uploader mentions that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation for the screams. But he never did. The fact that the screaming was captured at around 2 AM in the freezing cold weather and in the middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister taking place that night. It's hard to tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead of immediately calling the police after hearing a female voice in such obvious distress.
You would think, right?
At this point, there's not much that can be done about it. And who knows, maybe the uploader did call the police. There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved, but based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation, we probably won't ever be able to know for sure.
I just want to say,
Lisa,
that's kind of sketch to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too deep into this one, but this video, I just felt like that audio didn't sound like, I mean, it did, but it didn't. It sounded like it was an audio put over the video. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Tell me what you guys think.
A life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own. One afternoon in 2022, Lisa had parked
Oh
her van
God, this
beside
can't
the
be
road
good.
and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside, when suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her
What?
permission, and started asking her
French?
some pretty bizarre questions in French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator app to try to communicate with her, which obviously made her pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space. After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure the guy got the hint. Strangely, for over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator app to try to communicate with Lisa, even after she made it more than obvious that she wanted
So
nothing
why
to do
is
with
he
it.
just standing out in the rain though, like that? Like what? Bro, do you not know she can see you? What is he doing?
Frank, he just moved even closer
Why?
so that I can't move out and so that I can't go forward.
Okay, so that's his car.
Please leave. Please leave, you sketchy person. Please leave.
With a very shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes.
Yeah,
and just
that is
stalked Lisa from a
scary.
distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again. But the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
Are you serious? For more than an hour?
It's been like a half an hour and he just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see in my van here. And
Oh no. Oh no, yeah. It sums up with that. Absolutely not.
Fortunately, just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening. Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there. When he saw the
See,
other
she was
family in
by
the RV was also
herself.
still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back. The next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again. It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and questionable behavior, they couldn't have been anything good.
His
The one
intentions
thing we
weren't
can be sure about
good.
is that
He
it's
was
a
up
good
to
thing the other family in
something.
the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did. Otherwise,
thank
who knows what the
God.
man would have done to Lisa.
Yeah, he was trying to plan
In
something.
May 2014,
That's what that
an Integer
was.
user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck up out of the ground like periscopes. Apparently,
Oh, it's
his
a
friend and his
bunker.
siblings played near the pipes as kids, and
I
knew there were
guarantee it's a
bunkers hidden below
bunker.
them, but their parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety. During the visit narrated in the blog post, the uploader and his friend decided to check out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger, and they found some pretty disturbing stuff. A few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar. Once inside, all they could see were these long, seemingly endless, hospital-like hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the woods. As they ventured further and further into the maze of tunnels, they found graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people to get the idea to explore the underground bunkers. To the
Well, now we
explorers'
know
horror,
why
one of
it
the
was,
walls
like,
even several
boarded
times had
up.
the word "help" in German graffitied all over it.
They're not the only
It's
people
possible
that
it
have
was
been
just sprayed on
there.
there by another group of teens trying to be funny, but the eerie nature of the bunker, coupled with the
Oh.
general state of disarray, really makes you wonder if something more sinister took place down there at some point, possibly even written by German soldiers in the later parts of World War II. As they traveled deeper
I
into the
wouldn't
bunker,
be
they found some more
surprised. Look
disturbing
at it.
graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Obviously, that's not the kind of message you want to see in a tunnel system like this, but the two friends decided to keep on exploring anyway. After several hours
Oh
down
my
in the
gosh,
bunker,
please
they
don't
ended
tell
up
me they're
finding
gonna,
tons of more
like,
twisting, winding
come across a
hallways,
body or
flooded rooms with
something.
machines, and dark,
'Cause this
narrow
looks like
corridors
the
that reached
place
dead ends, but nothing more disturbing
that
than
you would
graffiti
see
they had found a
something
few
like
hours
that.
earlier. The explorers managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back there again. In the summer
Okay, so it was just creepy, but they didn't see anything. Okay.
of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known hiking trail in the high mountain park
Booby
reserve
traps.
in New
Oh my
Jersey.
God, you guys, that is one of my fears. I don't like that, to just be randomly walking and then somebody like sets up something for somebody else, but you be the unfortunate soul. That I do not like stuff like this. I don't.
As per the
Booby
police reports,
traps?
the traps mostly consisted of
Why?
boards with nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near rocks or logs, and other treacherous materials. As more and more complaints started coming in, police warned people to keep an eye out for the traps and even organized cleanup efforts to keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people, as there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of such a popular hiking trail. The fact that someone would take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail, and place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets is honestly pretty messed up.
A psychopath.
It didn't take the cops too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing.
Psychopath.
They never found the individual suspects responsible for placing the traps on the trail. The sheriff's department determined that the traps had probably something
I don't care either way you flip it. Psychopath.
Who had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents, it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing their presence, which has led to several injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the years. Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of trying to harm an entire group of people so maliciously with such brutal methods. Fortunately, no one was hurt as a result of
gosh.
but the suspects responsible were never found.
That's insane. That is insane. Oh my gosh. That was pretty mild. That was pretty mild. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was still pretty disturbing, to say the least. Yeah, so guys, let me know how you like this video. Comment down below, and don't forget to like the video, and I will see you on the next one. And yeah, that's all I have for you. Ayo out. Peace out.
Subscribe.